All right, we're up. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Sorry. Now. Hold on, I gotta put this light on. So the camera picks me up and they don't freak out. Like, you know. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. Anywho, this is a interesting video from Fooly called Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty both effing suck. We already know the status of what's going on with Battlefield. And also we know a little bit about Call of Duty. So let's see what he has in store for us. Make sure to like his video. Make sure to comment. Make sure to subscribe to his video as well. All right. Make sure to do that. Okay. Here we go.
You know, guys, in today's video, you are about to witness one of the most epic battles of all time, okay? Like, months ago, we were talking about Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty Black Ops 7 going at it. We were looking at the pre-orders for PlayStation, we were looking at the Steam charts, etc, etc. And I genuinely mean everybody got their asses handed to them. Everybody was a clown, including myself, including anybody that's a COD fan, a Battlefield fan, because we all genuinely thought that this type of competition was about to bring out the best, the absolute best, and most success out of both franchises. But guys, that is not what happened at all.
Hell no.
All right, because with the news of how Battlefield 6 is performing right now, and the news of Season 2, in modern time, this is no longer a battle of two titans. This is now a battle of dog shit versus horse shit.
That shit is a two-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
And it's up to you to decide which one is just slightly less shit. And we're gonna get into it right now, but before we do, guys, I need you to pimp slap the monkey shit out of the like button right now and smash the subscribe button, guys. We've been making great progress. If you like the funny commentaries, if you like the memes, if you like the real talk, then go ahead and subscribe, guys. We're on the way to 70,000 subscribers. I got a merch drop when that happens.
Ooh.
Anyways, let's get right into this. So this came out a couple of days ago, a tweet from Charlie Intel. Call of Duty includes Black Ops 7 Warzone and Black Ops 6 has more players online on Steam compared to Battlefield 6, which includes Battlefield 6 multiplayer and RedSec right now. At that moment, Call of Duty had like 5,000 more players online than Battlefield 6. And of course, as somebody who was talking up Battlefield 6, I gotta say, and I have no problem being honest, this is an utterly disgusting fucking disappointment out of Battlefield 6 and EA, because after Season 1, when RedSec dropped, I genuinely believed that, you know what? Maybe there is a chance of sustainability here, because we all knew that when Call of Duty was going to drop their game, they were going to pull back some of the players that they lost that went over to Battlefield 6 while they were waiting for Black Ops 7. That's just common sense. I called that happening. I said, you know what, there might be some sustainability issues here, and that's exactly what happened. So before, you know, any of these fucking COD gooch-looking fanboy little throatzillas in the comments section go in there talking about, oh my boy, you were glazing Battlefield 6 and now it's dead and Call of Duty's still #1. No, buddy, I'm sorry. I know you think you have a gotcha moment, but the only thing you got is this fat ass meat stick down in your fucking esophagus.
Damn.
Get it out
Get it.
and start listening, alright? That depletion of oxygen that's going to your brain because you're sucking on my ball sack, it's fucking you up, alright? Battlefield 6 already won that battle during launch. It already slapped the dog shit out of Call of Duty. That is done and dusted. There is no turning the time. You cannot go back in time and undo that ass whooping that Activision received from Battlefield 6. However, with that being said, Battlefield 6, if they wanted to continue delivering that ass whooping to Activision, all they needed to do was one thing, and that was keep people's interest.
Yep.
Did they do that?
Hell no.
No, not whatsoever at all. And I called this happening again before I stopped playing Battlefield 6, which was even before Black Ops 7 even launched, so it's not like I hopped over to a different game. I just stopped playing that game in its entirety. I made several videos talking about how, you know what, I think they need to focus a little bit more into the multiplayer. It really seems like they put all of their eggs into the basket for RedSec, which ended up, you know, even though it's an enjoyable experience,
The people in that meeting, I'm just gonna say the people in the meeting, I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you. Oh. Multiplayer's gonna have issues. That needs to be addressed because guess what? People are paying for the game. So you think the people that paid and invested money into the game, you think that they're gonna be the ones that you'd want to please? If not, it's gonna affect everybody. But no, let's just ignore it. Ignore what he has to say.
Experience to a lot of people, it just didn't hold its own weight. And the fact that they really deprived the multiplayer fan base of Battlefield 6 to focus on RedSec, I mean, you can see it clear as day. They fucked up, all right? It's such a fucking joke. I called that shit. Everybody called that shit. And now, when everybody is deprived and they're waiting for Season 2, they go ahead and fucking delay it like a month. And you would expect, okay, you know what? They're delaying it because they're really about to deliver some fucking atomic bombs of goddamn content to lay all over Activision's head. Well, guys, this is that ticking time bomb that EA had under their sleeve. Battlefield 6 and RedSec Season 2 begins February 17th. Here's the roadmap of content coming in Season 2. And I'm not even going to go ahead and like really showcase everything in here. And the main reason for that is because we're getting a few more weapons. And if I'm not mistaken, there's 2 fucking maps. 2 multiplayer maps coming into Battlefield 6. What the fuck?
Which are basically
you know what I'm saying?
together.
Like, these guys really want to do their best at Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 impersonation. That's what everybody's been saying online. And they're really delivering on that. You guys remember Season 1 of MW2?
The funny thing is, Hagenthal, like, so Contaminated is outdoors. There's some indoors part areas. Hagenthal base. I wasn't there when they designed the level or anything like that. But I bet you what Hagenthal base is if you look at the map at Contaminated, that mountain area, all it is Hagenthal base is underneath that map. It's just underneath that hilltop. That's it. That's all it is. And so when you load into that match, you're basically just loading into Contaminated. It's just that section of Contaminated, I bet.
That shit gave us 2 maps, and one of those maps was brought back from the beta, which was the museum map that they had to chop off for the launch of the game because they got copyrighted because they're fucking stupid.
Your receptors is down, homie. Your receptors is down.
And now, Battlefield 6 and EA are essentially just going dog shit for dog shit with Call of Duty. Now, when it comes to comparing to what we have in Black Ops 7 Season 2, I've told you guys millions of times, this is not the worst Call of Duty of all time. Again, any gotcha moment that you think you have, oh my god, you're the Call of Duty hater and Battlefield, and shut the fuck up. Learn English, stop sucking cock. This is not the worst Call of Duty of all time. It just so happens to have come out right after one of the worst Call of Duties of all time, and people are fatigued so goddamn much there is not too much difference between Black Ops 6 and 7 that you might as well not even play Black Ops 7, and that is exactly what is happening. There's still not a ton of people playing this fucking game, and you can say that it's great, it's awesome, oh, Treyarch's actually listening to the feedback, to the community. Congratulations! They should have done that last year when they actually had a player base that gave a fuck. But this is the thing, Battlefield 6 has done such a piss-poor job of keeping people's interest that they actually have given Activision leverage, and this is something that's been making the rounds online. Go ahead and take a look.
Yeah, it's so weird because like that's how it was for Call of Duty to Battlefield. Call of Duty was messing up so much, like the whole skins, prioritizing skins over like the actual work of the game, that Battlefield used that as leverage. They put that in a title. They put that in one of their trailers, making fun of it, with the one with the Zac Efron and all them in it. It was that, and now it's like pretty much they could do the same thing. They're like, oh they can have a trailer big, 1 or 2 maps. Don't even know what you're talking about, type of thing. It's just insane.
Look at this, guys. Straight from the horse's mouth. We set out to create the largest Black Ops experience to date, complete with expansive live seasons and more content than ever before. And we might need another roadmap for Season 2 Reloaded in the coming weeks. This is them just dogging on that dog shit roadmap out of Battlefield 6. Which, again, we are going dog shit for dog shit, alright? Blow for blow. Who has the worst?
Now, the big thing is, what they need to do is, capitalize on it. That's what they failed to do. They're like, okay, we just we threw some punches at them. It's like, okay, cool, but it's like it's like Mortal Kombat. Like when you like whoop somebody's ass and then it's like finish them, finish him type of thing, right? But then you don't press anything to do like a fatality or like brutality or anything like that along those lines. You just let them wobble and then they just fall over. Like that's what they're doing right now. That's what they're doing. Just saying, Call of Duty, they could literally do it. They can just be like, all right, well, fine. We'll just, constantly just put this many maps out. Well, hopefully they're good, put this many maps out. And then it just puts Battlefield to shame. Battlefield, y'all need to put more maps out. You need to make maps more unique. Like you need to do those things. But are you going to do that? Probably not.
Heaping pile of smelly, soggy shit. And of course, when you look at it on paper, you would say, hey, there's more content in Black Ops 7, so therefore Black Ops 7 wins, right? Nope. No. I don't think that's how this shit works. And would you like proof that people still aren't rocking with this shit despite how good it may look on paper? Well, fear not, Call of Duty Throatzillas, because we have the Call of Duty Steam charts right here, updated post Season 2's launch, alright? We are now officially in the weekend, and we're peaking at 46,000. Still less than 50,000, if I'm not mistaken. This is a few thousand less than what we had during Season 1 Reloaded. Guys, we're losing players in Call of Duty still, by the way, alright? I just want people to understand that, and before you get into this whole, oh, these charts don't count, shut the fuck up, take a stats class. As a matter of fact, you know what? Speaking of the devil, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you guys to today's video.
Here's my thing when it comes to like when people argue about, oh, well, that's only the Steam stats, that's only like for Steam and stuff. Steam is the only one that actually has stats for player count. You don't see Microsoft, you don't see Sony, you don't see any of them have that. You don't see battle.net, you don't see them have any have stats out. So guess what we have to go off of? Steam. That's what we have to do. But I don't know. People try to say Twitch with the viewer numbers and stuff. You could say, oh, well, look, not many people are watching, Battlefield streams or Call of Duty streams. Not many people are watching that and try to compare it that way. But I think it's so stupid that they did that. What's up, Hans? While everyone's enjoying Valentine's Day with their significant other, I was fighting for Super Earth on Cyberstan. Bro, I heard people were actually having a good time playing that. I need to get on that. I'll probably play it tomorrow, like off stream or something. Probably hop on some Helldivers too, because it's been a minute. So, yeah.
Sponsor, which is the U.S. Department of Education. They have come back for like the 6th goddamn time because it's apparent we still need motherfuckers signing up for classes. Call of Duty community, this is your sign. Go get educated. Please, for the love of Christ.
Everybody.
Fuck school! Fuck all this bullshit! What the fuck?
I could give you guys a million reasons as to why Black Ops 7 Season 2 is still not all that great, despite what you see from these pictures and roadmaps. What do we have? I don't know. We have the cheating problem, which is arguably getting worse. Okay, it's not looking good. We have the servers are still ass. We have people dipping out. We have a bunch of really, really shit maps. I already have a Season 2 video if you guys want to go ahead and check that out. But the map set in this game, I promise you, is really not as good as it sounds, okay? It's taken a lot
Battlefield
of
is fun, but,
Black Ops 6 inspiration,
but kind of
where
fell
we have
off
like
viewer-wise
lane maps,
on Twitch at least.
And we have a lot of these really disgusting clusterfuck maps that nobody wants to continuously play
it's just,
unless you're brain rotted as all fuck. Which
it doesn't
that sounds like the Call of Duty community.
It doesn't keep anything like entertaining, really. It really doesn't keep as much entertainment as as a streamer tries. So now Helldivers, on the other hand, is had a constant viewership. Yeah, I remember streaming some Helldivers for quite some time, and it did pretty well. And then I was playing Battlefield for a bit, and then when I would try to go back and play some Helldivers, viewership just didn't work out well at that point. And how we're doing the push and everything like that. So that's why I'm like, oh, well, we're gonna be doing some Battlefield. So yeah. But even off stream, like I'll play that, and I'll play Skull and Bones too. Like Skull and Bones is pretty fun. Oh. And thanks for the hydrate too. Yeah, Skull and Bones is pretty fun too.
The Call of Duty community, let's talk about the Battlefield 6 community, because over here I'm gonna play it fair, which I have always done. Let's bring up the Battlefield Steam charts, because of course that has also been hitting the shitter. Battlefield 6 community, I'm sorry to do this to you, but it's the same way as how we do it with the Call of Duty community. All right, the percentage decrease that you see on Steam,
it's a lot.
It is going to be heavily accurate and representative,
it's a lot,
of what is happening on other platforms, despite the inability to see those numbers. That's how trends and statistics work. Go ahead and check out the video sponsor if you need more information on that. Battlefield 6 has a 24-hour peak of 61,000, which is like 90% lower than what this game launched with. And holy shit, when you talk about dropping the ball, I mean, you just take a look at EA. And it's funny that we're talking about dropping the ball, because that's kind of like a sport, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to think about it, like one team has the advantage and then the other team starts catching up. That's what a lot of people would assume is Call of Duty versus Battlefield 6 right now, right? That's pretty fair to say. A lot of you guys would think that, you know what, Call of Duty...
It's like nobody wants to score the damn goal. They get the ball close to the goal, close to the basket, and they airball it. Or it's close to the goal in European football, American soccer, whatever you want to call it, and then they kick the ball and it misses the goal. It's wide open.
Started off low, but they're
the freaking goalie fell on the ground. Their ankle, they sprained their ankle. They're holding their ankle right now. You have a free shot, and they miss.
Catching up because Battlefield 6 is depleting in players. Well, this is some cognitive reframing that you should have right now, guys. I don't want you to think of this like a sport. I want you to think of this like the Special Olympics.
That's a new Special Olympics record, folks!
Because that's essentially what's happening here. We have Activision, who are the greediest, dumbest bastards on the fucking planet, going against EA, who essentially want to do exactly what Activision's doing. For what reason? I have no fucking clue. All right?
Money. Just money. Pure money.
They're copying skins. They're having the exact same horrifying dog shit UI. They're not listening to the community's actual feedback. What they want is some fucking food on the plate, and these motherfuckers keep on giving them breadcrumbs, man. But at this point, I don't see a winner between...
We're not even getting breadcrumbs. We're just getting the wrapper of the bread.
Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty. There was a winner earlier on during the launch. It was unanimously Battlefield 6. That's non-debatable, but... in today's time, I mean it when I say this is literally a battle of dog shit versus dog shit.
Yeah.
Which game is just slightly less shit? That's what I want to know down in the comments below. You guys can let me know. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new, guys. We got more content coming out soon. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. I got a wedding to go to. Peace the fuck out.
W video. Now, again, go ahead. Give this man a like. Yeah, all that stuff. Let me go ahead and copy this stuff and paste it in the chat. But yeah, dude, like it is freaking it's insane. This happening. There you go. It is insane to see all this happening with Battlefield, like just Battlefield in general. It's just in games, especially just in the FPS genre, I guess you would say. They have a game that comes out and everything, and it's like all fine and dandy and stuff. But the thing is, they don't have. I feel like they don't plan end like a long game, an end game. I guess you would say. Like it's all right. We have content and everything for like right when it's out the door, right when it launches, it's out the door. Everybody's having a good time, you know. Everybody's hyped and stuff. But they don't have a plan for it. They don't have plans for like post launch. And then further down the road, they don't. And then when there's issues that happen, they don't say, well, dang, this is an issue. We should address this. You know, why are people upset? Why are people leaving? Let's make some changes. Let's do some more tests. And let's see if they like it. Okay, they like it. Cool. Let's keep that in there. Let's capitalize on that. No, it's like, we're telling them, again, we're giving them the keys to the castle. We're giving them the blueprints and everything. And they just, They're just like, I don't know what to do with this, or I don't want to do it, or I don't want to, you know. It's just, it's crazy. It's just insane to see like both games can literally capitalize. Call of Duty right now, the ball's in their court. They can literally just destroy Battlefield if they want to. Are they going to do that? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know. So anyway, make sure to check out his video. I'll have a link down below. And yeah, that was a good one. All right. See you guys later. Peace. All right, man. So there's that one. We got another tomorrow. There might be a double upload tomorrow. I forgot. I did not upload a video today. So, or yesterday, whatever, you know what I mean. I didn't upload. So there's going to be a double upload at some point. I don't know when, but I'm going to do it. Anyway. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so that was Fully. Now we got Enders. Got 2 videos from Enders. Now, a lot of people, I don't know much about Enders. Hans, thanks so much for a stretch. You know, might as well. Oh. All right. There we go. All right, so the next video we got is Enders. Whoop. Right here. We got Enders. He says DICE's biggest issue holding back Battlefield 6. And then also Battlefield 6 Season 2 update is betrayal. We're going to do this one first, and then we're going to do this one. So make sure do that. I've heard about Enders. You know, I see some of his tweets and stuff like that talking about like, you know, issues that with Battlefield and his thoughts about it, just like everybody else's thoughts about it. Unfortunately, like it sucks because Silk talked about it too on his on Twitter today, where he's just like, you know, for YouTube content and everything like that, we want to change our YouTube content. We want to have it to where we're talking about the good things about Battlefield, but it's so difficult of the way how Battlefield 6 is right now that it's hard to make good stuff, like make good content about Battlefield. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like I've been lacking on videos with Battlefield, because I'm like, okay, I'm doing the camo grind or I'm doing the mastery grind, but the thing is, it takes forever for the sniper rifles to get these to get the masteries done. So like if they updated the weapon like the progression for weapons and stuff, and it made it a little faster, like I don't know, if double XP felt like was like the normal speed for it, man, it'd get me more excited to like work on these weapons and stuff. But it's actually weighing on me a lot. But anyway, we're gonna go check out Enders in his video, what he thinks about Season 2, because Season 2 is happening in what, 5 days? No, not 5. This what am I talking about? Tomorrow. As of this recording, because it's the 16th. This is, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. So anyway, yeah, let's check it out. Let's see what he has to say.
This is probably going to be the most negative Battlefield 6 video I've uploaded yet.
Don't worry, we're there with you.
I'm going to try to keep myself contained.
Okay.
But let's just say, when I think of this update and when I read the patch notes, that the words that come to mind are disgust, betrayal, disappointment, confusion, and fumble. So, with all that being said...
By the way, guys, if you want to know about the patch notes and stuff, we did do a video about it. It's pretty long because we went over every single thing of the patch notes. Now I will say we didn't really cover over movement, so maybe he may cover movement because I know he's a movement guy, so we'll see.
Let's get into this video where we go over the Season 2 patch notes. Link in the description if you want to follow along, as well as the link to my Twitch. If you enjoy the content, hit the sub button, greatly appreciated, and of course hit the like button as well. Just to clear this up, no, the update has not dropped yet. The update comes out when Season 2 releases, which is on February 17th. And now allow me to set the stage for this Season 2 update and why it is so gut-wrenchingly disappointing to me. Battlefield 6 right now is on a massive downturn, right? There's a lot of pressure on this update delivering, because people are very disappointed with the amount of content we're receiving in Season 2. So the only potential saving grace for many people is this very update and the changes that it delivers. Based on the community update that was posted before the patch notes, we got a brief overview of, some of the changes that are coming in the patch notes, but we didn't have the full details. Some of the changes they detailed sounded pretty good, but upon reading these patch notes, oh my God in heaven. Like, I don't even know where to begin, guys. So first of all, I suppose I will go over the good stuff first for the, the hopium increase. Inject the hopium directly into my veins, and then
I like
for the
his
doomers,
custom
the later
color
half of the
reticle.
video will be
I
for
like
you.
that.
But I would be lying if I didn't tell you guys up front, most of this video is going to be pretty fucking negative, because that's just the reality of the situation. So, one of the positive things is they announced a recoil compensation change. They essentially appear to have removed that weird mechanic that messes with your aiming while you're shooting. It would provide resistance depending on the direction you're tracking a target, also depending on the recoil pattern. The TLDR on this is, I think, based off their description, gunplay should feel better. And then when it comes to the rest of the good stuff they did, it is mainly bug fixes, and there are a ton of bug fixes in this update. But even the best bug fixes in this update aren't the ones that I think a lot of people would expect to be in the update. For instance, I Control-F'd these patch notes, looked everywhere. I cannot find a single reference to them fixing the black screen bug or the scoreboard bug. In terms of the best bugs they fixed in this update, they finally fixed...
Those that don't know, the black screen bug is basically when, say for instance, you're in a game, if you're in a match or you're in a game that's about to end or whatever, and you're like, I'm just gonna quit because you just joined a very late game or something. The screen will go black, and usually you guys will see it on, like, when I stream, you'll see like the on the top left, you'll see my FPS counter, right? And it shoots up. It's like at 700 something, and it's because it's stuck between like the loading screen. It's stuck between the screens, from like when you left to opening up the main menu, or the menu screen, whatever you want to call it. So what we have to do is we have to either force close the game through Task Manager or try to do it on Steam. I'm not sure how EA works, but you have to do it like either way. That's what he's talking about with the black screen.
The supply pouch bug that would cause you to randomly throw one in a gunfight, getting you killed.
Yep.
They also fixed the ladder bug that allowed you to fling yourself across the map. I will list more individual notable changes in the later parts of this video, but I really want to get into the most disappointing aspect of this update, and that is the fact that this update is a straight downgrade to the gameplay of Battlefield 6 for no reason whatsoever.
Oh.
Let's start off with what they did to the movement in this update.
All right, so
I'm just going to say this up front.
Okay.
Battlefield 6's movement right now does not need to be changed or nerfed in any way, shape, or form. Any nerf to any aspect of the movement at all is completely and totally unwarranted and will only make gameplay worse, seeing as Battlefield 6 already has a massive gameplay depth problem. I'm not asking for buffs, I'm just asking them not to nerf the movement further, which is exactly what they did in this update, for no fucking reason. The first thing they did that I read as a nerf is they said, improved predictability and consistency of player movement with new acceleration curves instead of linear accelerations. Those updated accelerations retain responsive movement while allowing micro-adjustments of movement, i.e. to peek corners, and ensure that other players' movement looks more correct to improve the quality and predictability of gunfights. Okay,
So I'm not sure exactly what that means.
reading
but-
that first time around,
Okay.
it doesn't sound like much, but you need some context and some history of DICE's patches to fully understand what this means. Whenever DICE starts talking about predictability and consistency when it comes to movement, 99% of the time, you can guarantee it's a nerf. And the way this sounds to me is it sounds like they adjusted the acceleration curves of strafing itself, meaning just moving side to side in a gunfight. It sounds like you're going to be more sluggish moving side to side. It was already slow as fuck, so I'm not sure why they decided to make it even slower. All that's going to...
I thought that was kind of weird, because it's like there's times when I'm sniping and it's like I feel like I'm behind a corner when I shoot, and like I usually I drop down. I shoot and drop down, like going to a prone, and there are times where I just die. Like I shoot and the person didn't fire or anything yet, and I'll just die by that person that I shot. Like we trade, or like I'll sidestep, like I'll shoot, sidestep, and then like I'll get hit too, and it's so weird.
To do is make the game worse. The next thing they did is they reduced the maximum slide impulse length by 25% to improve balance and readability during fast movement.
I'll have to see what this
Again,
is like.
completely unwarranted, completely unnecessary. The slide in Battlefield 6 is mediocre as fuck. It is nowhere near as good as the slide present in Battlefield 5 or in 2042. It is the second worst Battlefield slide we have ever had. The only one that's worse than it is post-nerf BF1 slide, which is unusable. Again, I need to emphasize this. Battlefield 6 suffers from lack of gameplay depth, and what do they decide to do? Nerf even more gameplay depth out of the game, further reducing the skill ceiling and closing the skill gap. What the fuck are they doing? Under no circumstances is any movement nerf in any regard justified. The movement is fine. But the movement changes aren't just the only thing that is upsetting me about this update. It's the combination of the movement changes with the changes they're making to some of the weapons. They are nerfing the movement as well as making it easier to hit shots at range with a lot of weapons in the game.
LMGs.
Even though one of Battlefield 6's largest problems right now is the fact that a lot of weapons are just simply too easy to shoot and hit targets at range with. Just look at some of the changes. For the B...
That is yeah, this is what we saw, and this is insane. Let's see. Reduce recoil, improving consistency and effectiveness at longer ranges for the ARs. Reduce recoil for the LMG, for the L110. Reduce recoil for the M123K. Reduce recoil for the M277. Now, I will say that for the M277, if I recall, they don't have... I think the highest magazine that you can get is a 30 round, but you start out with like a 10 or a 20 round mag. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. I remember when I used it like a little bit and it was on Iberian Offensive, like that gun was hitting. That gun hits. So yeah, I don't know, and I don't know about the QBZ or the M417A2. I'm not sure about those ones.
36A4, L85, M433, and the SOR. Some of these weapons are some of the best long-range assault rifles in the game. They reduced the recoil randomness and improved consistency and effectiveness at longer ranges.
So more of a beam.
Even though these are some of the most consistent long-range assault rifles in the game already. Looking down the list, you can see they did the exact same thing for some of the light machine guns like the L110, M123K, and even carbines like the M277. The M277 is actually really hilarious because it's one of the most insane mid-range weapons in the game, and they reduced its recoil as well as making it easier to hit shots with at range. I do not fucking understand. This is the opposite direction of what they should be doing. They should be leaving the movement alone and focusing on increasing the gameplay depth of Battlefield 6 in order to fix all of these problems you see present in the gameplay, and they are making the gameplay worse. And I think the worst part about this stuff for me is that if you're actually playing the game and you're aware of like the balance of everything, and you're a pretty decent player that just pays attention, these changes are just so crystal clear to you. Like, all you need to do is reduce muzzle velocities, don't destroy the fucking movement, improve the netcode, work on the visibility, improve the audio, and just try to add the best maps you can possibly add. Yeah. And we would just be fine. But no, we have to go through these setbacks that DICE makes for themselves. So the TLDR
also make adjustments on the vehicles too, because vehicles are just at a disadvantage. Just like there's no point with vehicles anymore, and it sucks because I mean I like using the jets, the helicopters. They seem obsolete unless using the Little Bird. If they make the Little Bird, what it's supposed to be like pretty agile, then yeah, it has a chance. But the thing is, like attack choppers, they're too heavy. They're too heavy. They can't, if you try to come in at a dive like this, just to do like a strafe run with rockets, you can barely pull out of the dive. You usually smack into the ground, or like you like tap the ground and stuff, causing damage and everything. The countermeasures, it takes a long time to get back. So once you already pop the first countermeasures, somebody's already firing another one at you, or you're getting shot at by the AA, by the Cheetah.
Of these combining factors, being the movement nerfs and what they're doing with the gunplay, is basically, instead of trying to help Battlefield 6's gameplay depth, which is one of the largest problems in the game, they are further reducing the gameplay depth by nerfing movement mechanics that don't need to be nerfed and making weapons easier to beam with at range. It's fucking unbelievable. Moving on to talking about some more individual changes in this patch. In the vehicle section, they did make a pretty good change. They disabled angled-based damage mitigation on the Traverser Mark II to make sure it takes more consistent damage from RPGs. In the weapon section, they adjusted in-world spotting when firing a weapon without a suppressor or flash hider, reducing it from 75 to 54 meters, so a very slight in-world spotting nerf, but then just under it, a confusing decision yet again, they adjusted minimap spotting range when firing suppressed weapons, increasing it from 15 to 21 meters. DICE, you don't nerf suppressors to make them less prevalent. You nerf spotting or remove the in-world spotting to make suppressors less prevalent. But moving on to some minor sniper nerfs, they nerfed the Miniscout's muzzle velocity from a blistering 880 meters per second to a slightly less blistering 800 meters per second, but that's still too high as a base muzzle velocity, especially with extended barrel being in the game. But a very welcome change, they updated the rangefinder on sniper rifles so that it doesn't instantaneously zero to the range that you aim at. It will have a short delay before it zeros. Moving on to more of the individual weapon changes, I already mentioned some of the disappointing and confusing ones they made to some of the assault rifles, but they did make some good ones to some very overpowered weapons, namely the SCW-10. They have increased the recoil to reduce its effectiveness, which is exactly what they should have done. Moving on to the maps and modes section, allow me to be the very first person to point out there are no mentions of any breakthrough changes in the maps and modes section after they completely fucked breakthrough in that one update. Go figure. The most notable changes in this section are minor bug fixes to some map irritations, but I just want to point out some of the bug fixes are for specific maps like Manhattan Bridge and Empire State, but the most irritating aspects of these maps were not addressed. For instance, Manhattan Bridge, the rooftops. People want the rooftops to become out of bounds because there are no infantry accessible ways to contest people camping on top of the rooftops, and they didn't make the rooftops out of bounds in this patch, even though they specifically addressed Manhattan Bridge. Furthermore, they added the scout helicopter to the following maps, which includes Manhattan Bridge, but there's no specification as to whether or not they added the scout helicopter and removed the attack helicopter. So fully anticipate to play...
Yeah, so pretty much just assume that it's the attack chopper and the scout that's going to be in there. Yeah. You I'm sorry. And also the transport chopper. So assume all three choppers are going to be in it.
Manhattan Bridge and die to both the attack helicopter and the scout helicopter. Moving on down the line, there are a ton of UI and HUD bug fixes as well as portal additions and bug fixes. Again, the patch notes are linked in the description if you want to read those in its entirety. Take my word for it, there are just a shit ton of bug fixes in those sections. But some more notable changes are actually to audio, and these are truly good changes, okay? Number one, they improved the audibility of enemy ziplines and parachutes. That is extremely welcome. They also improved audio obstruction for vehicles, weapons, and soldier footsteps by refining the sound source positioning, and they improved clarity of distant enemy footsteps as well. However, this is a double-edged sword, because the more you nerf the movement, and the more you increase the audibility of footsteps, the more nobody moves. So get ready for Camperfield 6. And the last section of this update has to do with...
And I feel like when it comes to contamination, when it comes to... what's the name of the level? Oh my goodness, it's on Hagenthal base. Is it Hagenthal? Hagenthal? I can't remember. But that one, since it's being indoors, claymores, shotguns, SMGs, possibly an LMG in there, and just camping. That's where I'm going with it. That's my assumption.
Bunch of RedSec fixes. However, this is still disappointing for RedSec, and I'm just going to let Rogue, who is probably the #1 RedSec streamer, tell you why this update is disappointing for RedSec. He said there is no reconnect option being added to RedSec, no KTS nerf, which is the major meta weapon in RedSec. They did not fix the exploit for the...
Again, when it comes to... I'm sorry. I just keep having flashbacks to a meeting at EA when I was there, when I was QA testing. Oh my gosh! I said they shouldn't have loadouts. Don't put loadouts. Just have in-game weapon drops. Just have like the in-game weapon drops. And you build your weapon. You have to find attachments and everything from like loot boxes. You find them just randomly in areas, especially if you're in high contested areas. Like if you're, I don't know, at a military base, you know, and you get into the arms room, there's some pretty good, you know, attachments that you can put on it and everything like that. Just basically do like PUBG, do like Apex Legends, have a base gun, and then just throw attachments on there and then go from there. That way you don't really have a meta and you RNG it. So then you don't have meta. There can be a game where there aren't any suppressors. There could be a game where there's a lot of suppressors in there. And guess what? Because what that does is just makes every game different. It makes it unique. Because you may have a game where it's just constantly you're going loud. You know, you think you can sneak around behind an enemy or whatever, or a team to third party them, but then you forgot, hey, I don't have suppressors on my guns. Screw it, let's go at them, you know, type of thing. So that was my whole ordeal when it came to RedSec. If you're going to still do RedSec, don't put loadouts in it. Don't let people do custom loadouts, because look what you got now. Now when people do custom drops, everybody's going to do the KTS. Or when there's another weapon that comes out that people are going to like, I don't know, if the mini scout becomes like a one shot, let's just say mini scout becomes a one shot kill machine, right? Can destroy 2 plates with 1 bullet type of thing. Everybody's going to swap to that. All they have to do is just wait for the weapon drop thing to happen. That's my issue.
The latter, no helicopter gun balance, no ping improvements, no recon drone thermal nerf, no fix for an exploit that gives you wall hacks, no late spawning loot fix, no explanation of weapon/career XP for RedSec, no ranked mode, no solos, no Elite Series tournament, no redeploy fix for squad play, no interaction queue speed improvement, no parachute bind fix, no black screen bug fix, no pickup animation fix,
That's a lot.
and finally, no rocket flare disappear fix. I'm sure you guys can understand the gist of it. The TLDR is, this is a disappointing update, and I'm tired of talking about it. So I'm going to end the video off by saying this. Battlefield 6's problems are crystal clear if you truly understand the game right now. This update does exactly the opposite of what they should be doing in key areas of the game. The movement nerfs in any capacity are completely unwarranted. Nothing about the movement is overpowered. If you think the slide is overpowered, uninstall the fucking game. When it comes to the gunplay and just the general gameplay depth of Battlefield 6, they are further reducing the gameplay depth. The gunplay of BF6 is already too easy. The ranged hit rate, or how easy it is to hit shots at range, is already too high. They should not be making ranged effectiveness for weapons better. They should be focusing on increasing the skill gap within the gunplay and basically adding more spread, making you burst more, adding limb multipliers, making headshots matter, reducing muzzle velocities, etc., etc. Overall, this update feels like a massive betrayal, and it's pretty much confirming to me that Battlefield 6 is very unlikely to ever reach its peak, which is exceptionally disappointing. And I know that might sound harsh, but honestly, I don't really think it is. I've been waiting for them to release a half-decent Battlefield game for a long time, and seeing them fumble it right before my very eyes is disgusting. So I'm going to shut this video off, and I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. and I will see you guys in the next video.
There you go. W video. All right. Well, yeah. Good drop a like on that one. Yeah, dude. Like it's insane. And I'll make sure I have this linked in the chat too. There you go. Yeah, it's insane to see that this happening with Battlefield, and it's just in games in general. It's just like, bro, I understand like people are, for some developers, it's not their call. Like obviously they can't make any changes to it. They can't do any adjustments. It's like their hands are tied. They can't do anything about it. Totally understandable. But it's like, if I'm an investor, I'm asking questions. I'm asking questions like, hey, the game's not doing well. Why is it not doing well? Players are dropping. What do we need to do to get these things fixed and get these things adjusted? Because this is not good. We're losing players due to X, Y, and Z. What's going on here? You know, type of thing. So, I mean, you got people that are leaving. You got people that are leaving Battlefield. They're going to play Arc Raiders. Some are going to play, some are going back and playing Call of Duty, type of thing. And then also there are people that are leaving and going to play Helldivers 2. You know, just they're going to play other games, and it's just because the player retention, like that is something, again, I learned in college, where it's like one of the big things that a lot of studios don't look at, or like AAA studios are like not looking at, or just have no care for it, I don't know, is player retention, which is a very huge component of your game when making your game, and also like after your game has published, you know, or your game is released. That is a big problem, a huge problem. So yeah, like the video. If you guys do enjoy that content, make sure to also like and subscribe to Enders, who has been putting in work. I've been watching his streams here and there when I've heard of him, and yeah, the dude has some input, man, and yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Later. All right, so we got that one done. We got one more chat, and then we go live, or not live. So we go live. We got one more, and then we'll hop on the Battlefield. God, I cannot speak. My brain is just shutting off. I'm old. I didn't have my nap. All right, so here we go. All right, so we got another video from Enders. This one is Dice's biggest issue holding back Battlefield 6. He actually just put this out, so check him out. No videos, bad. All right, so here we go. What's going on, T? What up? All right, here we go.
All right, Season 2 comes out tomorrow. There's already been so much conversation regarding it before its release.
He changed his name
before.
He changed his name to John Battlefield. Oh my goodness. Make sure to like and subscribe Ender's video, okay? I'll make sure I have it linked down below.
Its release is not good. Really bad, I would say. This is the worst community sentiment I've seen for a piece of Battlefield content before it even comes out in years.
Uh-oh.
Even playing Battlefield 2042, I can't really remember a time where players just felt so disappointed. And in today's video, I just wanted to talk about why I think Season 2 is hitting so different, and how Battlefield self-sabotages consistently, and how they've been doing that for a number of years at this point.
I have a
but
question.
This video won't be all negative. I am also going to cover how I still think Battlefield 6 has great potential. They just need to stop shooting themselves in the foot.
I'm going to say this. It seems like there's a trade-off that's happening with Battlefield and Call of Duty, where it's like Call of Duty's like not doing well. So they're like, all right, so Battlefield, this is your time to shine. And you're like, okay. And then, people getting eyes on Battlefield and they're like, ooh, stuff like that. Like, I did too. I was one of the people. And we're like, ooh, like this is gonna be good, this is gonna be amazing, right? And then like they don't do well, and then it's like, and then that's when Battlefield's like, hey, Call of Duty, it's time for you to step up, you know? And then they're like, all right, we're gonna put ourselves up. Look, we're gonna do our roadmaps. We're gonna have X, Y, and Z, this many maps and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, and then now people are like, ooh, look at Call of Duty. I'm gonna go over to play Call of Duty because they have more maps and content and everything than Battlefield does. So my question is, what's Battlefield gonna do? Not season 2, but like season 3. What's gonna happen? What's just gonna happen in the future for Battlefield? That's my question.
So if you enjoy the channel, be sure to hit the sub button, hit the like button. I will be streaming my first impressions live of Season 2 tomorrow. Follow the Twitch stream, first link in the description. And of course, I will have videos up about everything to do with Season 2, including all the new weapons, new tier lists. So if you like that stuff, sub to the channel and be sure to hit the like button. Thank you so much to everyone that does that. As always, you guys are great. So I've had a couple of days now to digest the Season 2 patch notes, and I just cannot get past some of the direction they took with some of these changes. Obviously, when you scroll these patch notes and you look at all of the time that was spent between Season 1 and Season 2, the delay and then the big wait and all that sort of stuff, you would think that they would come out of the gate swinging on at least 1 or 2 major issues with Battlefield 6 right now.
Yeah.
Especially because, in my opinion, the issues with this game are so crystal clear. At least from my perspective. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but when I play BF6, the issues for me stick out like a sore thumb. So when I see them doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing, it's only creating more work for them, and it's only delaying the potential fixes that we should be getting anyway.
Yeah,
a good example of DICE.
Like one of the big things is, and I mean to cut him off with an example, but yeah, like it honestly, my Twitter timeline it almost looks like Slack when I worked at EA. Like we're getting like I'm seeing constant clips of issues that are happening in Battlefield where like people are like clipping through the map, people are clipping through the walls, people are shooting RPGs and the rockets just randomly disappear, or like they just shoot in a random direction. Hit regs, people randomly dying around the corner when they never even peeked the corner, things like that, and obviously other bug fixes and stuff with like vehicles and jets and stuff. Yeah, all that's on my timeline, and it's crazy because it looks like Slack. If you guys do not know Slack, Slack is kind of like Discord and Twitter put together. You have channels and everything. You have like a voice chat. You have like voice channels and stuff, and then also you can have like a timeline, depending on like the organization of it. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Oops. Here we go.
They made where they removed a lot of anyway.
Sorry.
A good example of DICE shooting themselves in the foot with BF6, even before the Season 2 patch, was the breakthrough changes they made, where they removed a lot of defending vehicles and they increased the amount of attacking vehicles, creating this inherent imbalance that just makes breakthrough.
They basically went like this: defenders, attackers. Update. There we go. That's what they did. They literally like just did a seesaw, and they thought that was going to fix things. It didn't.
Even worse than it already was. In this Season 2 update, there isn't even a single mention of the breakthrough game mode. And this is my point. When they make the wrong decisions, it is never guaranteed that they will ever go back and fix their mistake.
Yeah.
And that is why the changes they made this time around to the gameplay are so upsetting. Obviously, we still have to play Season 2 or get our hands on the game to really feel these changes out.
Yeah.
But I think even on paper, everyone can just tell, okay, DICE, why are you reducing recoil and trying to make weapons more effective at range? The weapons are already too effective at range.
There's already going to be Sonic, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate the raid, Sonic. Thank you so much. But yeah, I think what's going to happen when it comes to like, let me back up with breakthrough. Pretty much, they just need to get rid of it. They need to scrap the mode, because if there's not going to be any adjustments to if there are not going to be any adjustments to breakthrough, or any changes or anything along those lines, then they just need to scrap it. That's what they need to do. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but they need to just scrap Breakthrough. Work on it, refine it, and then bring it back in. The operations that they have that's going to be coming out, what they should be doing is, I don't know, come back in, you know, or the operations like that's coming back in, make that permanent. I don't know, like something. Now, I will say with season 2, Hagenthal base, I think what they should do, well, let me go back. We still got to play it. We still got to play Hagenthal base. I think if they do it correctly, it's a big if they do it correctly, I think it will be great for Rush. I think that will be a really good Rush map. Breakthrough, I could kind of see it too. It all depends. It all depends. So just finished my placement. I'm gonna chill for the night since I got some work. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. T, he's making a video, I'm pretty sure. So give him a second. Sonic. Yeah. Sorry, man. Oh. Sirocco, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I forgot I don't have the alerts and stuff that was going on, but yeah, we're doing a video going over what Enders is thinking about Battlefield. This dude has been playing Battlefield for a long time, so I just want to hear other people's inputs and stuff like that too.
Why are you making the problem worse? Same thing with movement. Why are you nerfing the movement? Like, there are 500 things you could have addressed before touching the movement. Weapon progression is still a massive issue. People are screaming from the fucking rafters about persistent servers, visibility, audio. You could have reverted the breakthrough changes like I mentioned previously.
Yes.
They could have nerfed snipers. They could have removed the sweet spot.
Okay. Sweet spot. Okay, yeah. Sweet spot, yes. Sweet spot, yes. I don't care about having a one shot. Like, I don't. This is one thing I just don't understand when it comes to sniper rifles. And and the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm doing the mastery grind right now for sniper rifles. Why have sweet spots? Why do I need to be 75 between like 120 and 75 meters of a person just to hit somebody in the upper chest to instantly kill them? But then if I'm far away or very up close to them and I shoot them in the chest in the same area, oh, it's 82 or it's 99. It's the same caliber bullet. It's the same caliber bullet, and it's the same placement of where that bullet hit, just in a different distance. How does that work? How does that freaking work? He said he hates his life doing the sniper rifle grind. Yes, here's my thing. Here's my thing, and I understand. I understand people are gonna be like, it's boring. I agree. If I'm you guys, if I'm the viewers, if I'm you guys, and I'm watching somebody just use a sniper rifle for hours on end trying to level it up, it does look boring. There's nothing fun to do with it. Shoot somebody from a long distance, cool, you know, but because there's no way to redeem yourself if you, I don't know, hit somebody and it's a hit marker and you get an 82 and then somebody shooting at you with the LMG. There's no, like, the only thing you do is hit marker, accept it, and then just get killed. That's it. It's not fun. Your KD gets ruined and everything. Let me shoot somebody in the upper chest. They die. All right, let me move on and shoot somebody else. That's all it is. I'm sorry I'm ranting about this, but it's just, it sucks. Like, content-wise, using the sniper rifles is not fun. It's not fun, especially if you're trying to grind to get the unstoppable force, which is Mastery 50 blueprint, you know? Yeah. And you can't rush with it because the entire... Okay, Nightbot, thanks. Oh my god. And you can't rush with it because the entire the freaking chambering animation. Like, you can't do anything with it. Like, you literally cannot do anything. Hey, Metric, what's going on? But yeah, it's all those things that you just cannot do. It's not fun. It doesn't look fun or anything like that. And it's like, oh, why don't I just go use another gun? I can't. My brain just doesn't let me do that. It's just like, if I'm gonna go grind another weapon to get it leveled up, in the back of my head, it's like, you got to come back and use this gun that you hate, or this gun that you just do not like. You got to come back and use sniper rifles, right? And it's like, You know, that's what it's like. And I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that again. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm rambling on. It's just, I'm having to crash out. Yeah. And then at the start, yeah, you don't have optics. Yeah. Perfect example. This is how I know everything was everything was modular when they did it. The optics for sniper rifles. Why are there so many, 2 times, 1.25, 1.5? Like, why are there so many sights? Like, the ratio of sights compared to scopes is astronomical. You're not going to be using those sights, because even if you use a red dot sight and shoot somebody, you still got to rechamber it and you still get killed. You still get the same way if you were going to use a scope. The only difference is you just don't have glint. That's the only thing. That's the only issue when it comes to that. Well, and that's why grinding the SV98, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you are going to be doing the mastery grind with sniper rifles, I'm telling you right now, start with the SV98. Get it over with. Get it over with. It doesn't have a flash hider. They're all muzzle brakes. So from level 1 to level 35, every time when you shoot, you are noticed by everybody on the map, because there's no flash hider for the gun. I talked to Battlefield about it. I said, hey, just want to let you guys know, I don't know if this is a mistake or anything, but there's not a flash hider for the SV98. So every time when somebody shoots, they're noticed. Just saying. Yeah. And then again, you get the suppressor at level 35, which level 40 is when you have all the attachments, because level 40 is the last thing that you get is the 6 times thermal. And then after that, from level 40 to 50, you just grind that. There's nothing else. So yeah, it's that bad. It's that bad right now. Anyway, sorry, I had to go on that rant about sniper rifles. I apologize. That rant, crash out, whatever you want to call it.
They could have made headshot matters with a rebalance. They could have addressed some time to kill things. You guys get the point. But I also think Season 2 is hitting way different, because at this moment in time, the fatigue is truly setting in. Mm-hmm. And this is fatigue building up over a period of years. Just people that are so tired of Battlefield just not actually reaching its potential.
It's not a sandbox. And it ain't sandbox. It's not, we don't have creativity, if that makes sense. This is from me coming from Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 playing on console, right? We don't have we don't have the physics that we used to have on Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, where you put over 20 landmines or 20 anti-tank mines on the ground. You drive a tank over it, your friend throws some C4 on there, blows it up, and you go flying. Or you do a pop-up and you can shoot a jet with the tank. We don't have that anymore. We don't have where you can, hop on top of a drone and fly the drone around while you're flying around, while you're standing on top shooting with the LMG. People are going to say, oh, it's not fair, it's cheating stuff. It's just creative. It's very creative. The only creative thing that they had was the drone with the hammer, where you smacked it and you'd go up and up and up and up, and then you jump and land on a building. But that was it. You were just accessing a building that people can't get on top of unless there's a helicopter, which if you're playing Breakthrough, there was no helicopter, So yeah, it's just the creativity. It's not there. It's gone. The fatigue. Yes. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why I'm doing this, literally on Battlefield, there's no content. There's literally, I don't even know what else to do. Until I can get this gun to level 40 or to level 49 to do a video to get getting it to level 50 and showing hey, here's the mastery. This is what it looks like. Yada, yada, yada. That's it. There's nothing else to really do. I mean, unless something significant happened where I'm hey, I went to the movies and saw this movie and let's talk a little bit about the movie, or hey, I was playing this game or this stupid thing happened in the game industry and stuff. That's the only thing I can really do while playing and doing commentary of Battlefield. That's the content I like doing, is playing the game and giving live commentary about just whatever's going on in life. I love doing that, but it's to the point where it's there's not really much going on. Season 2, I'm okay, here's a new map. We got a new map, Season 2. Let's see what it's like playing on this mode. Let's see what's like playing on this mode. See what it's like playing on this mode. Let's check these guns out and just see how they feel and everything. That's it. Yeah. It's insane. Bro has more fun playing 360 games. Yeah, because it's just like, it's reminiscing on that one. It's just like, man, 360 was fun. Like, not just the 360. It's just like the games back then were just, they had life to it. They had uniqueness. Like, it had a purpose. Let me put it that way. It's like, I hate to say it, but it's like a lot of these games feel like it's just a shell of a game, a shell of itself, you know? The only reason why like the game are selling big is because of the name. But it's like, that's it. I hate to say it. Look at High Guard. High Guard is like, hey, it's a shell of, it's just a shell of a game because and it received its praise or it received like a lot of eyes because it said from the makers of Apex Legends and Titanfall, which is basically from the people of Respawn. That's it. Yeah, unfinished products. Yeah, that's all it is. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse when it comes to live service. That's why I'm not a huge fan of live service. That's why I don't really like live service, because as time goes on, new graphics comes out, makes the game more unoptimized, and we get more crashes and issues and stuff instead of people fixing it. Sorry. Again, this is going to be a long video. I'm sorry.
Not taking the correct direction.
I'll stop. I need to stop.
Fumbling hype. And in my opinion, it's more visible than ever, not only with the players, but the creators. I mean, you look at Silk's Twitter, Westy's Twitter, Ghost Gaming's Twitter. All of them are tweeting about playing other games at this point, or at least showing public interest in leaving Battlefield or at least playing something else.
It's sad when you're starting to see big Battlefield creators say that they might leave being a Battlefield creator. That should be very concerning if you are a studio. That's a big issue.
But this time it's different, because I've never seen this level of indifference from the player base and from creators. 2042, that really pissed us off. That made us angry, right?
Hold on, he said I will sorry. I will say we need to stop putting a release date till it's truly ready to come out. Yeah. If the game is I'm not even gonna say 80%. No, I'm not even doing that. If the game is 95% done, put it out. Put it out. If the game is 80% done, do a beta. Do a beta until you can get to that 95%. And then if you're at that 95%, you better still be working on that game. Still work on that game to get it up to, I don't know, 100. I can't say 100% because there's no such thing as a perfect game. Gotta say it. There's no such thing as a perfect game. But get it to that 90, 95, get it to that 99%. So then when the game releases, you are already working on the next content. That's it. Trailers don't need a release date to keep hype. No, they don't. And that's why honestly, I like the Battlefield one where they had, where they made fun of Call of Duty, where they had Zac Efron in it. And they had like a whole like battle that was going on. It looked cool. Like, I know it's live action and everything. It looked cool and stuff. Because it wasn't really flashy or anything. It's like, this felt like, I did a video on it reacting to it. And pretty much what it felt like was, it felt like back in the day, like Freddie W, Corridor Digital, like them doing YouTube videos where they had like the special effects and everything that they made. It's like doing that. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of the series, Video Game High School, VGHS. That's what it reminded me of. If you guys haven't seen that, highly recommend checking it out. Go on YouTube and check that out. But anyway, that's what I liked about it. It wasn't flashy or anything like that. Even if they do just gameplay, if they just have trailers where it's just gameplay and everything, I'm happy with that. But I don't know.
With BF6, it's like we're just standing here shaking our heads. I have essentially given up hope for an increase in seasonal content for BF6, and have instead shifted my quote-unquote hopes, which are dwindling fast, to hoping they will eventually get Battlefield 6 into a state where we can look at it, you know, at the end of its cycle and just say, this is a good Battlefield game, DICE pulled it back. And I suppose this is where we enter the second half of the video. So, it looks bad right now for BF6. I think everyone is in agreement.
Yeah.
But that foundation hasn't changed. okay?
It's always been
It
a
is
thing.
still very, very simple for them to make Battlefield 6 significantly better than it is right now. And quite frankly, the amount of content doesn't matter when the gameplay fucking sucks, right? You can have the best maps ever. If the gameplay isn't improved, those maps are not going to be enjoyed. And unfortunately, where we're at right now is Battlefield 6 is yet again going to be another slow burn
But then even the thing is with Battlefield, like even if the gameplay is not good, the maps are not good either. I gotta say, the maps are not good. There are maps that are catered to certain modes, even though they're catered to like almost every mode. There's a clear picture that certain maps are catered to only certain modes. Breakthrough is a nightmare because the map is catered to like one side of like one team instead of being like evenly placed. Manhattan Bridge, when you first play Breakthrough, and we might run into that when playing on stream. Manhattan Bridge is a big one. Why? Because if you spawn in as an attacker, obviously you're on the beach and everything. But if you are the defender, you have I guess an apartment building or something that you can actually climb up to, and you can sit there and snipe people. I've done it because I'm like, this is so stupid. It's in the game, and I'm going to show this off. This is dumb. It's completely unfair. So you can barely get up the shore to, I don't know what objective, and get sniped easily because they have such a height advantage over you.
Battlefield title.
It's crazy.
But this time we have Battlefield Labs. This time we have David.
Sorry, I didn't. What I meant, where I was going with this, like when I paused, was yes, Battlefield is. It's always like an improvement over time. It's not like right from the start, and it's understandable. People are upset because it's kind of like, I'm not saying they have TikTok brain, but it's like that short attention span a lot of people have, and YouTube Shorts and TikTok and stuff like that. All these things that are where it's just like, want to have instant gratification. They're not gonna like Battlefield. Let's just put it that way. It's not gonna like Battlefield. But and a lot of us understand that. But the thing is, they need to improve over time. They can't just be like, hey, obviously didn't do well. And then just keep it like that. No, they need to improve over time. And that's why we had Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 do well. Battlefield 5, it did well as well. Things like that. So it's just a short attention span. But the thing is, they can't say, well, it is a short attention span. They'll get over it. No, you guys need to improve still. They don't need to improve.
David Serland. This time we have some good people behind the game. I just think it's going to take an abnormal amount of time to really see the effects of this. And the only reason why I think that is because, again, like I stated previously, the problems in this game are so clear-cut. The muzzle velocities are too fucking high. Gunplay is too easy, right? Vehicles are a problem, okay? Like, make them like BF4 vehicles. Sniping is overpowered. People are having trouble leveling weapons up. Make it fucking easier, right? Like, I'm just laughing because, dude, how are these things fucking difficult to figure out? And I do think eventually, because they aren't hard to figure out, we will eventually have some god patches, right? Where, let's say, maybe even this season later on, or in Season 3 or in Season 4, a couple patches hit, and the game has like just a 20% increase in fun. A 20% decrease in frustration because they fixed something that was annoying the player base.
Yeah.
Battlefield 6 has already had a crazy 180 from...
Honestly, it was like that before they did the winter update. They fixed the helicopter, and the helicopter was actually able to move. It didn't feel tanky where you can easily, like, a freaking 90-year-old grandma can fire an RPG and take out a helicopter. Let's put it that way. That's how slow the attack chopper was. Even the transport chopper was more agile than an attack chopper. That should tell you something. That should really tell you something. So, yeah. What they need to bring back, I'm gonna say this is with Conquest, it could be with Escalation or whatever. They need to bring back with Battlefield 4. I know Battlefield 2 had it, but with Battlefield 4, because that's what I played, is certain areas, certain flags that you capture give you certain things. Like if you, and the reason why I say this, oh my God, it's out. I mean, because the game's already out. I mean, Myrick Valley was out. Myrick Valley's prototype, I'm gonna say this, Myrick Valley's prototype was sick. It was dope. Because they did put that mechanic in there. Like we had like the Apache or whatever, right? NATO had the Apache, and then Pax Armada. At the time, they had the Apache too because they didn't add the other attack chopper. But if you captured a flag, which was like C, so if you the farm area, the farm map, I think it was the farm. No, it was the village. No, sorry, I'll tell you what. It was the farm. It was there was two actually farm areas. One was up north and one was south. But the one that was up north, a farm area that was up north, if you captured that, you got another helicopter. So you had two attack choppers. If you captured the one south, you got a chopper, and then there's like another area. I think it was in the middle of the point. If you captured it, you got like another additional vehicle. I can't remember exactly what it was. But I'm like, that's what we need back. We need, when you capture points, to bring that incentive for your team. Capture a point, you get an extra vehicle, or you get, I don't know, do like Battlefield 1942 that was on an Xbox arcade game. If you went on Wake Island and you captured the airfield, guess what you got? You got bombers that you can call in. You can call in a bomber. Like things like that. That would be cool. I don't know why they get rid of this stuff, or they don't consider it, or I don't know. And again, Myrick Valley had that. And also Myrick Valley looked very different too. I'm gonna tell you right now. It looked very different. It was really cool. Agent OG Go. I'm sorry. Thanks for a follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. How you doing? All right. Let's keep going.
From the beta to right now, I think they can have an equally crazy 180 in a positive direction. But us as players, we can't do that. We can scream to the fucking rafters about these problems all day. It doesn't matter if they don't execute and actually listen to the community and just try to fix some of these things. So with Season 2 coming out tomorrow, honestly, someone in my chat asked me, Enders, like, what's the excitement level from you? I said it's Season 2 out of 10, because that's where I'm at right now. I think the maps are actually going to be pretty decent based off of the screenshots we've seen and just some of the trailers. I like me a good hilly Battlefield map. I think Contaminated is probably going to be one of the better-ish maps in the game. And I also think Hagenthal Base is going to beat Battlefield 6's Metro, and people typically like Metro-style maps. It's what's kept Battlefield 4 alive for so long in certain communities.
It's going to be their weapon level grind.
I see these potential upsides, I think the fatigue, not only for myself, but for everyone else, has just been so deep set that we're like numbed to this. Because, again, we're only looking at the drip feed. We're only looking at the patch notes. We're only looking at all this stuff, right? And that's just completely overshadowing the potential that Season 2 isn't as bad as maybe we think it is right now. I'll be giving my live first impressions on Contaminated and everything else Season 2 on the 17th during my stream. And I have to say, in a way, I'm dreading the Season 2 stream because I understand, even though there isn't a lot of hype for Season 2, the chat is going to be filled with a ton of people clamoring to know what I think about it.
Yeah.
And,
again,
I just don't want it to be
thought.
one of the situations where I don't have anything good to say. So... that's all I have to say before Season 2 launches. I'm going to be very interested to see how this unfolds. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the sub button. Be sure to hit the like button. Swing by the streams. And I'm talking too fast. I'm going to end the video. Goodbye.
There you go. W video from Enders, man. All right. So, yeah, dude. I completely understand. But here's the thing. That's the beauty of it. Here, I'll have it linked so you guys check it out and everything. But yeah, that is the thing when it comes to the videos and stuff. If you don't have anything nice to say, that is your feedback. That is totally fine. Like, if I'm a developer, if I'm a studio, if I'm a developer, and somebody has like a stream or a video or whatever, and they just say that they do not like the game, and they give me details of why they don't like it, like X, Y, and Z, that is good. I'd rather have 1,000 people tell me why they don't like the game than a million people saying they love the game. Even though I'm like, something is wrong with it. Because there's no such thing as a perfect game. So yeah, make sure to check him out. I'll have the video link down below. If you guys did like this reaction and everything, be sure to, like and also comment down below what you guys think about season 2. Would you guys agree, disagree with, and also some of the takes I had too, if you guys agreed and disagreed. And also I'd like to know you guys' opinions on just Battlefield in general, or just in the game industry in general. I always love to hear people's thoughts about it. And yeah, South Channel. See you guys later. Have a good one. Peace. All right, chat. We are done with the reactions. We are done with reactions. Let's go ahead and let's get it up. Get everything ready. Get everything ready. Already got season 2 done. Or not season 2. You know what I mean. I got I can't even think. I'll keep making your videos longer here. I mean, it's my fault I'm doing it because I could just go. I just ramble. I try to keep everybody's. I want to keep everybody's, everybody's thoughts and opinions and stuff like that. Your guys is that horizontal chat that you guys see, like the little scrolling chat. Yeah, that's in the those are in the videos. Now there's gonna be some parts where I'm gonna have to take out, like when I got rated, because there was the music is DMCA. I forgot about that. That music is DMCA. I love it. That's like, it's a great raid alert song, but yeah, I gotta remove that. So, but all right. So yeah, we're gonna do some Battlefield. We're gonna grind the sniper rifles. If anybody wants to jump in and play some Battlefield, hit me up. Yeah, hit me up if you want to do that. Everybody's welcome. Just please be respectful. Like, do not be saying anything crazy. Let's put it that way. Don't say anything crazy. And yeah, let me go ahead and fire up. Ooh, go ahead and fire up some well, I need to fire up TikTok. TikTok's probably like, where's he at? He ain't live. And again, it's just because TikTok doesn't like reacting to stuff. They don't like that. Now, when I'm doing like article reads and stuff, that's totally fine because it's not anybody's content. It's just out there. But if you're reacting to a YouTube video and everything, they're like, hey, that's TOS. TOS. That's TOS. So, type of thing. So, shit. All right. Hold on. What time is it? All right. I shall be actually. I'll be right back. I used the bathroom. Someone was like, so let me use the bathroom. Let me use the restroom, and then let me use the restroom, and then go get some water and stuff. You guys go get some water, use the restroom, things of that nature, and then we shall pop on the Battlefield and get destroyed because we're using a sniper rifle. So I shall be back. I shall return. Okay. Okay. I'm back. Up, down, down. Yeah. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Fabulous. Hey. Okay. Do, do, do. All right. Ooh, excuse me. Nah, he's being weird again. Oh. Boss. If a superwoman needs a superman, here I am. There I am. Man, people told me they said people said, how was your thing? Like, how was Valentine's Day? And I was like, what do you mean? They said, how was it? I was like, I didn't do anything. I got a rant about Valentine's Day. Hold on. So my thing is about Valentine's Day, right? Why is it one day where you got to show affection to somebody? That shit should be every day. That should be an everyday thing. I don't care what anybody says. That should be an everyday thing. They're like, oh, for Valentine's Day, it's like, what do you do for Valentine's Day? Well, I'm taking my girl out. You don't do that before? And ladies, don't be this. Hey, it's the same thing too. Same thing. You know, for Valentine's Day, I'm doing this for my man. You don't do that any other day? I have a whole spiel. All right. I got a whole spiel about just holidays in general. Like my biggest one, the biggest one I have for holidays wise is Thanksgiving. And then people are like, oh, like they look at food and they're like, oh, it's Thanksgiving food. I'm like, how is that Thanksgiving food? Like, what makes what you're eating Thanksgiving food? They said, well, you're having on Thanksgiving. I was like, okay, so the leftovers that you have, is that Thanksgiving food as well or no? People can't tell me. Nobody can tell me. Ow. No. Okay. This guy, Holder 6. He see, now when I see people's Twitch channels and stuff, I'm like, ooh, okay, let's see. Oh, they're off stream. They're not streaming. Mm-hmm. I would type to them, but if I swear if I hit my damn KVM switcher, I'm gonna break something. Yesterday I broke my damn I broke the audio driver for my Go XLR. Like, nope. I was like, oh damn. Chat. You think I'm gonna get how many times how many times am I gonna get sniped? How many times am I gonna get sniped? Actually, you know what? How many times? Well, how many times am I gonna get sniped? And also, am I gonna go negative? Okay, nothing there. You know, one thing I haven't seen about yeah, one thing I haven't seen as a on the patch or anything. I haven't seen anything about the skin about the phantom skin. Oh, shit. Nope, nope, move your head. No! Damn it, teammate. Okay. Oh. Okay. I got teammates that are up in front. Whoa! Oh, 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 oh. Dude looked like he was shooting lasers. Okay, where is that coming from?